So, I'm Naseem Quraishi Larsson, and you are?
Susanne Barkvik.
I'm Lindsey Oredsson.
Yes, and we are here today to talk about digital marketing and what's effective today. And so, I've worked with film for several years, and Susanne is from Digital Hälsan.
Yes.
Which is a health brand that works with using a lot of social media and film.
Yeah.
So Susanne took my program, and that was some time ago. So even just, you were kind of an early adopter, I would say. and you're also still moving forward with like live videos now on Facebook.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. And then we have Lindsey, who also has a long background. Tell us a little more about that.
So I've worked in SEO, I've worked in website development, and I've worked in Google Ads and Facebook marketing. So right now I have started my own business, and together with Naseem as well, we've started a brand together to make sure that we can give clients a holistic approach to their marketing and offer lots of services to help them tell their story online.
Yeah, so I, of course, was a strategy consultant previously, so I'm used to creating results for clients. Now, this is just a new technique of doing it, but it's a very exciting one. So I was also in the e-business area previously. So I discovered at an early time that film is an enormously cost-effective way of reaching out. And you can reach out globally. So I'm also the author of a book about globalization, currently in Swedish, Globalt ledarskap. But the funny thing is that when it was in IBM, it was of course, large corporations, and they've been international for years. But many small businesses were like, but that's not possible. They are big and I'm small, so it's not possible. But now the startups, they tend to be global from the beginning. So one of my customers was a startup in CRM, and even though they're from Sweden, they decided to do it in English and Spanish because that's their biggest markets. Sweden is a very small market, so we're not going to focus on that. Why should we? So you also said that you were interested in having international clients.
Yeah, because I'm working with health, and I want to help people get a healthier life, and we know that they are all over the world, and to be online and to be digital, you can reach them very, very fast, and you can really find the people who are interested in changing their lives.
And you also work with a German company, don't you?
Yeah. I use health products who are very good for your health. And this is also all over the world, so I can have customers all over the world. But they have to know that where they can find me.
Yeah.
And their videos is good.
I think when it comes to the know, like, and trust factor, of course, the first thing is showing up, and you do that a lot, so people know who you are and where you are. And then, of course, you have to have some people that like what they see and what you're saying and your message. And then after that, people start getting ready to trust you. And that means, like, when they're flooded with products in the health industry and they don't know which one to choose, they'll go, oh, but I don't really know of all these 10 products that claim to do the same thing. I have to take it from somebody who I trust. She would never, sell me something that wasn't good, I think. So I feel that way about you. So I'm like, yeah, well, if she said it works, it probably does. So you would be willing to trust and actually try these products. And that's very, very important. So that's a lot about why would you want to show up a lot, and why would you want to show up with your personal brand? Why not just talk about the product? And that's a big reason. So Lindsey, could you give us some of your tips of what is effective marketing on social media?
Yeah, of course. So we could talk a little bit just in general about marketing. I think it's always good to be very concise in your text. So whenever you're talking in maybe a Facebook ad or even just a post, to be very succinct and try to break through the clutter. And so it's becoming harder and harder, and especially in some markets, to really break through the clutter. But it's really important to be very specific and have good copy. Then the other thing would be to use more video, as we discussed a lot, that video gets great engagement. And then I would also recommend, when you post regularly on Facebook, to kind of use the engagement that you get on Facebook to figure out which content works the best for you, and to review and to analyze what types of content gets the best response.
Can I just interrupt you for a moment? Because I know that some people are not very experienced with actually social media, even if they're looking at friends and so on, but they don't do much themselves. So a lot of people don't even know what it means engaged or why it would be important. So why would I want likes? Why is that important? And you know, why is it important that somebody actually writes something underneath my posts?
Right.
But as you know now, I remember when Facebook came, it's like, oh, I have 5 friends. But now it keeps growing and growing and growing. And so particularly for business owners, we tend to have a lot of friends, and other business owners want to be our friends too. And so it's not as easy to stick out.
Yeah.
But of course, it's very good then if you want to see others post that you write something also, right?
Right.
So that's a type of engagement we're talking about.
To respond, yeah. If you have a lot of comments, a lot
Yeah.
of likes, then Facebook knows that that's interesting content, and they're going to display it more. So if you want to
Exactly.
get more reach without even paying for it, just post really good content and start getting more likes, more comments.
Yeah.
And that's one way to get the algorithm
Yeah.
to show your content
Yes,
more.
and that's how you see also, was this good? So you should be also following your own posts and looking at what was the difference between this post or that post.
Yeah.
And thinking, why do they like this? So I also see that people do like beauty.
Right.
They respond positively towards that. So that's why also, even when I choose a film on Friday evening, sometimes I will even say during the first couple of films, my husband and my husband and me joke about that. We say, this is a good film, this is a bad film. We just seen it a few seconds because we react to the visuals. And then we can tell this is going to be this is a high quality film, it's going to have very nice visuals, it's going to be a nice ride. Or, no, look, this looks dark and dismal and cheap, you know, and no, too little editing, you know, so we don't want to see it. And that's how people are today, and that's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yes.
And that's what you were talking about.
Yes, and once you
Yeah.
do see the content that works well, then you can put it into a Facebook ad, and then you can start spending a little bit more money to get it to convert on your website and do much more with it.
Yes. So if you're boring in the beginning, nobody's going to see the rest.
Yeah.
And everybody today is sitting with their smartphones. That's how we, you know, might be sitting on the tube, and it takes a lot to keep people engaged. So,
I have learned about, I'm doing a lot of Facebook lives just now, and I have learned that you have to interact. If you have a content, if you have a post that a lot of people likes, you just don't only should put a like, you should put an emoji. I have learned.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it stick out.
Yeah.
And when you have to interact with the people who liked your post.
Definitely.
And then you can start it, and you also could go back and see what posts have got a lot of likes.
Exactly.
And then you can repost it.
Yeah, that's true.
And
On your other channels.
That's
true.
can I just ask you about Facebook ads? I mean, I've done a little of it, and I see some people, you know, because I mean, also some entrepreneurs networks on Facebook, and some people try it, and they don't really know what they're doing, and they really don't get effects.
Yeah.
I've gotten some effects, but I felt, you know, as you knew, that's why we also became friends, because I also feel that, my God, this is a huge expert area, just like my area is with expressing yourself with content and film, you know, to understand these tools and how to work them.
Yeah.
So, you know, what would you say is something important to think about if you want to run Facebook ads, and even if you're just a small business?
Yeah, so Facebook ads, I mean, they're quite easy to set up, but they're difficult to optimize, I would say, and to do it right in order to get conversions and to get what you want from it. So I guess there's a lot of things to consider, but one would be to consider your objective before you even start and think about, is this for conversions on my website, or is this to build likes? What is the objective?
Yeah.
And then I'll always test. I'll always use a couple different creatives, a couple different images, a couple videos,
Yeah.
and see which ad performs better, because then you can constantly see what's working well, what isn't,
Yes.
and change it. So you get
So,
better.
so you know all these tools, and there is a lot behind the scenes there that you need to master actually, because if you don't, you're wasting your money. Something might not be working and you don't even know. Also, I think what I learned is why is it important to have likes on social media and so on? Because when I set up my page first, I was just into inviting to an event. I didn't get why do I want even to have many likes, because I wasn't or followers on my page, because I wasn't into ads at that time. So now I'm very much into understanding about the remarketing and the people that are interested in my products and services but couldn't come at that date, for example. How do I reach them again? And so that's a very important part, because like in sales, they will say to you that you need 7 contacts before people are ready to buy from you. So it's such a waste if you only reach your customer once and don't have any follow-up or any way of creating an ad that can retarget. And also if you have no idea which target groups are responding.
Yes, that's another thing you should test is your target.
So Lindsey does this kind of work.
Yes, I do. I set it up for the clients so that they don't have to worry about it. And initially I set it up as a package to teach them how to do it themselves, but most of my clients, I would say all have asked me to keep going with them because it's easier to have someone else handle it and give you a report and show you what's working. So that's what I'm doing.
So you, for example, also tried Google, so that's one way. Then you know people are already searching for something that you may have. But now I also see, the interaction between Facebook. As soon as I look for something, I was looking for some camera equipment, suddenly I get on Facebook ads. So of course all of this is together, and to learn how to do that takes a lot of skills. But also, I think, which is interesting in the film area, because this is the preferred communication method, and people have to learn how to master it. But it's actually getting cheaper and cheaper, which is interesting, because you can use smartphones, and you can add extra sound to the smartphone, extra microphones, but you still need to know how to do it. So, when you took the mentor program, what was the most important things that you learned there?
Well, I first started the Kickstart program, and it was very interesting, and I just started to handle and to use these tips that we get. And in the mentor program, I wanted to learn a little bit more, because I recognized that it wasn't so easy. And more you want to learn more how to do better and better videos. And it was that you have to have a script, a good script, and you have to have a good content. You have to know who are you want to send message to in the film. And of course the areas, everything around a film. The technique, the light, and everything. And you have to if you then try to use them, first you have to learn, and then you have to try and try and try and try. And you also have to, sometimes it doesn't be so good, so then take it away and start again. So you have to try, you have to do it.
A lot of people make films that they're not satisfied with themselves, so they throw a lot of time away, just like they throw ad money away. They make an ad that has no results. They make a film, they don't even like it themselves. If you don't even like it yourself, you're not going to show it to anybody else. And usually there's good reason for that, because the content is not there. There was no planning, and the execution is not good. But I think that when I saw also you developing, you were also trying different types of films, and I think that's what I teach people. Do not make the same kind of film, always sitting in the sofa with a white wall behind you and saying similar things, because people get bored. In this media landscape, boredom is the biggest problem. So you have to create a bit of excitement for people. Just like you go to a restaurant, it's not just the food, they want some nice lighting, they want some nice candles on the table, something that is attractive. But also they want, you want people who are nice, you want enjoyment, you want emotion. So I said that one film that I liked a lot was when you demonstrated this massage chair.
The film was not so good.
It was not so well executed yet. Now you would have made it pretty well. But the idea was great, and that you showed how you were enjoying it. So you were trying it and enjoying it. And the fact that I saw you enjoying it made me want to have one. And that's good marketing. It's not always costly. The right idea, the right emotion. and also associating yourself like with the right places, like the health event that you were at, and you were going around there very interested and looking and communicating. That's also a very good film. Branding yourself at a special event which brands you back, kind of. Yeah. So anything else that you want to add to our viewers who are interested in digital marketing?
No, I think you covered it really well. I think just the video aspect has become even more important for Facebook ads and Google ads and everything. I think whenever you have a film, people react more, they engage more, so it's so important.
Yes, and I think that also when people also land on, from your ads, because that can be pretty short, even if it's a film. But when they are landing on your page, they will be interested. So then you know that people landing on your page, they have this problem, for example. They might have been looking for a solution for a long time for this problem. They might have been looking around trying some. Now they want to know what's special about your product or service, so that they can believe it. And in those occasions, a video can even be 1 hour, because this is somebody really interested. But then you might, if you're going to make 1 hour, it has to be a good one. Otherwise people are going to see 10 seconds and the rest is wasted. So there are methods of keeping engagements and letting people know, different lengths depending on what kind of person they are. So like journalists, they always let you see the most important things at the beginning. So people who just want the most important facts, and then maybe they are already ready to buy, they will say, oh, it's for somebody who has this problem. Oh, that's all I need to know. And some people say, but how does it actually work? And is it really safe? And where does it come from? And how long has it been around? Then you will continue for them until they are satisfied. But also at the end, we talked about that. The offering. You want somebody to do something. You actually want them to engage with buying. So if you're a business owner, it's about that. But even if you're a musician, in the end, you would like people to go to Spotify and buy your song. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. So some of us are also a bit shy about that, actually, to ask for an offer or to give an offer. And so there is a lot around this. And if you choose to engage with us, I have my training program still, Boosting Your Brand with Film, and we also do for you. If you don't want to, you're maybe in a hurry, you don't want to spend a year learning how to do it, you want to do it now, we can help you really quickly to get started. So you're welcome to our page, Digital Story Masters, and we'll be seeing each other again, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.